By default, all Webflow form submissions get sent to the exact same email address that is defined in the settings. So we can go ahead and go into project settings and head over to forms, and where it says send form submissions to, that will be the email address that submissions get sent to. You can go ahead and add a comma to separate additional email addresses, and you can even go into the Webflow designer view, hit the contact form, head over to settings, and where it says send form submissions to, you can go ahead and hit plus, and you can go ahead and hit manually enter email address. So those are the ways that you can define what email address or addresses you want the forms to get sent to. However, all forms get sent to the exact same email addresses. There becomes a problem when you have 3 different forms, for example, in a website. So in this Contact Us page, we have a general questions form, we have a technical support form, and we finally have a sales form. However, what if we want these 3 different forms to be sent to a unique email address? Let me show you an example. So right now, what if we want the contact form to be sent to info@company.com? What if we want the support form to be sent to support@company.com? And what if we want the sales form to get sent to sales@company.com? Right now, what's actually happening is all 3 of these forms are getting sent to that one email address. So one way we can work around this is by using a free solution called Zapier. So by heading over to zapier.com, you can go ahead and log in or sign up for an account. I'm going to go ahead and hit sign up, and I'm going to go ahead and sign up with Google. And when you're signed in, your Zapier dashboard will look something like this. Zapier is an automation tool that is very popular in order to connect different apps to talk to each other. So what we're going to be doing now is creating an Zape that has a Webflow that will then send an email to whatever email that you want defined. So let's go ahead and hit create on the top left. We can go ahead and hit Zape right here. And keep in mind, this is all for free, although Zapier does have free paid plans. However, we don't need the paid plans as we only have a 2-step approach. So right now we can see we have a trigger and an action, very similar to how Webflow interactions work. But let's go ahead and hit trigger right here. We can go ahead and select Webflow. From here, we can go ahead and hit trigger event on the right and hit new form submission. Below that, we can go ahead and select an account, and we can go ahead and hit connect a new account. This will open up a pop-up, and in the pop-up, it will show all your Webflow account once you have logged into Webflow. So now I'm going to go ahead and just search my specific Webflow account or Webflow site that I want. It is called Tutorial V3, so I can go ahead and tick that. You can also tick the entire workspace, which will affect every single website in that workspace, but I just want to affect this specific site. Now I hit Authorize App, and you notice it now connected my account. I'll go ahead and hit Continue. Now in Configure, I can go ahead and select the site, which is this one right here, and I can go ahead and select the form as well, which is this one right here. So now will be a fantastic time to let you know that back in Webflow, your forms should ideally be labeled clearly. So let me just explain what that means. Right now, again, I have 3 different forms in 3 different tabs, but if I go into the actual form block, so let me just pin this. I have a contact form right here, and I also have another contact form in a separate tab and a third one in a third tab. But each one of my contact forms, if I head over to the settings, it actually has a relevant name. In this case, this is general questions contact form. And on top of that, each field is appropriately labeled. This is name, as you can see right here, with a value of plain. This is email right here with a type of email, and message with message as the placeholder. So it's very important that you label all these fields in the settings as well as the form. And you can, of course, add whatever content you want, a drop down, a radio button, a checklist. But that is very important. Back to Zapier, I can go ahead and hit continue. Now this will allow you to test your submissions to know if it's working. And if I hit test trigger, initially there is no submissions found. So you actually have to go ahead and submit a dummy inquiry in order for this to work. So let's go ahead and do that. So here in my Webflow site, I can go ahead and just put in my name. Let's just say Big Chungus. And I can go ahead and put my email as chungus1@gmail.com. And I can go ahead and put my message, who is the Big Chungus. And once that's done, I can go ahead and send a message. And this will go ahead and have the message sent. I'll get an email notification. But regardless, we'll go back to Zapier. And now with this specific test, I can go ahead and hit test trigger. And you'll notice it now pulls in that record that I just added right now with the name being Big Chungus, the email, and the message. So once that's done, I can hit continue with selected record. Then I can go ahead and add the next step, which is sending a Gmail notification. So I'll hit Gmail right here. Right now where it says action event, I can go ahead and hit send email right here. Then below this, it'll then prompt you to sign into your Gmail account. So go ahead and do that. And you want to go ahead and click allow. And now you hit continue. And now what you can do is where it says to, you can go ahead and add that custom unique email address that only gets sent to that. So in this case, because it's a general question, it might get sent to info@company123.com. So whatever your email address that you want to get sent to. Below this, I'll just leave this. You can CC people in the email. You can BCC people in the email. Where it says from, you can go ahead and select the selection, which is the Gmail that you connected to. Then where it says from name, you can go ahead and put that as the name of the person. So you can actually pull in the data that the user has sent in that form submission. So right now we can see the email, the name, as well as the message. So perhaps in this from name, I'll just put this response email. Then below that, you can go ahead and put a subject, and you can just type in the subject. So like general form submission, that's it. Then below this, in the body, this is the message of that email. So this is really good in the way that you can actually style exactly what you want. So I might put something like, hey, you got a new form submission for the general question form, right? And then I can go ahead and just pull in the data. So right now I can go ahead and just hit plus right here, and I can go ahead and hit the name. I can go hit enter, and then hit the email address right here, and I can go ahead and also add the message, which is the one right here. And you can go ahead and add whatever else you want here, but for me, that's okay. You can go ahead and add a email signature and attachment, much more. So it's very, very flexible. But now I'm just gonna hit continue, then I'll go ahead and hit test step. And once you hit test step, it will then have a tick, which means that it's now working and it's sent you an example. So obviously I didn't get an email because I put info@company123.com, which I don't own. So I'm going to go ahead and just rename this to an email that I have, derek.su1@gmail.com. Hit enter, then I'll hit continue, then I'll just retest this step. And if I go back to my email, you can see that I have a new form submission, which I labeled the title, and it's saying that is the subject. And below this is saying, hey, you got a new form submission, pulling in the data right here. So I hope you guys found this video very, very helpful. Obviously, you'll create different zaps for each of your contact forms that you want to get sent to a specific email, but this is definitely one way on how to do this. Check out more of my Webflow tutorials right here, and I'll see you in the next Webflow tutorial. Feel free to comment tutorials that you want me to make. Peace.